So for this project, I will be using the resin rockers that I received in the mail. If you have not seen that video, go ahead and check it out. It'll be somewhere up on the screen. I will be following their instructions, and it says best results obtained when working at a consistent at a constant temperature of 70 to 85 degrees in a clean, dust-free environment with low humidity. Bathe your resin and hardener in warm water for at least 15 minutes prior to use. Mix thoroughly for 3 minutes, scraping sides of container as you mix. Pour into a new clean container and mix again. Pour mixture over surface or into mold, only pouring up to 1/4 inch thick. Use heat source for a short time to remove bubbles. Pour second layer when first at still slightly sticky. Remove bubbles again. Piece will feel hard within 45 to 60 minutes with a full workability cure at 24 hours. Allow up to 7 days for a full cure depending on the temperature. So this is their instructions to get the best results from their resin. It also said on their paper, it's not on the bottle, I don't see it anywhere on the bottle, but it also said on the paper that it came with that you have like a 50 to 60 minute working time. Let me see if I can find here we go. It says cure time is what? You've got about 50 to 60 minutes of working time. Your piece will feel hard within 45 to 60 minutes with a full workability cure at 24 hours. Yeah, you can demold at 10 to 12 hours, but since we have no idea where you live and what temperature and humidity your work environment is, we suggest at least 24 hours. So it is a 1-to-1, so it works like many other resins. When you pour, if you put 15 mils in here of A, you will put 15 mils of B into the other one, mix accordingly. So just follow the instructions that come with your epoxy to get the best results. So I like that it has a 50 to 60 minute working time, because sometimes if you're doing a lot of colors, a lot of layering and so forth, in other epoxies, they harden up real quick. So this 50 to 60 minutes, you can kind of play with it a little bit, add some other things to it without it curing up on you real fast. So especially with the quick sets and all the other ones like Faux Rizzle, that one cures up really fast. Amazing Clear Cast, I think I can get about 20 minutes with it depending on the temperature of my craft room. And it's another Paduo. I really like that one too, because you can get a long workable time with that one too. But this one I like too, because you get a good workable time. No, I'm not being sponsored by them. I just decided to try their product out, so I will actually see. This will be my first time using it. See if it does really give me a 50 to 60 minute work time. But anyway, y'all, enough of that. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up off camera, and then I'll come back and show you the next steps. All right, so I went ahead and just mixed my epoxy. So in that cup is 30 mLs of epoxy, so 15 a part A and 15 a part B. And in the medicine cups, I have the mica powders. I think I just put the silver white one in there. That's the silver white mica powder. And then this is the golden, the sunshine golden. It is so flippin' pretty. It is so pretty. I think I do show what they look like once they're kind of mixed in with the epoxy. So a little goes a long way. So just put a little bit in there. I think that might have been a little bit too much. So just, use a little bit to mix in with your epoxy. I'm just wiping off the stir. And I got those stir sticks from Amazon. They came in a pack of 4 or 5. I'll have it linked below in the description box below. All I'm doing is pouring my mixed epoxy into the medicine cup to mix the mica powders in. The epoxy when I mixed it, it did have a lot of bubbles in there, but I did mix it fast. I tend to not mix my epoxy slow, but I realized having it sit there for maybe like 5 minutes, the bubbles started dissipating. So if you don't have to like pour it onto your project right away. You can just let it sit on the side for at least 5 minutes to let some of those bubbles pop. And then, like I said in the beginning, this epoxy does have a 50 to 60-minute work time. So you do have enough time to just leave it on the side to let the bubbles pop. So I'm just making sure all of the mica powders is mixed into the epoxy. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the gold. And this project was really simple. When I had the vision of what it would look like, it did kind of turn out in my head better than what it looked like on the glass. But I think it, like I said, I didn't say it right now, but I think I said it at the end. When I play around with it a little bit more, it'll come out as to what I vision. But right now, I'm just mixing it up, and you really have to mix that gold up so it can really get its color in, because if you don't, it'll just be like a light gold versus what it can potentially be. So I think I'm about to show you how it looked after I mixed it up, and look how beautiful that is. And then the next step is basically just cleaning up your area, cleaning up your stir stick or anything, your popsicle stick, putting it to the side or anything like that. You can actually let the epoxy harden onto the popsicle stick and reuse it if you don't want to keep wasting a lot of product. So then I just take the mixed epoxy with the mica powder, and I just spray a little bit of, I believe that's 70% of it alcohol, because that's all I had on hand. But you can use 70 or you can use 91%. And it'll just get some of the bubbles that have rose to the top out. And all I did next was just pour the mixed color on the bottom of the glass. And I poured the white first, or the silver white first, and then the gold. And then I just kind of moved the glass a little bit to the left and the right to kind of make the color drizzle down on the sides, because I wanted to look like it was like a waterfall, like a drip type of look, like coming cascading down, kind of like wax, but not quite like wax, but some type of design cascading down the glass. I did end up putting a little bit of gold into the white because I didn't like how the white looked. It was kind of clear as it started drying, and it just ain't look right to me. So I put a little of the gold into the white to bring like a little bit more color into it. And on the gold cup, I do the exact same thing I'm doing on the white. And that's just kind of moving it to the side to kind of get it to drizzle a little bit more. I do add some more epoxy, and I actually do try to drizzle it as I'm pouring it to just make it, the lines not as close, but to try to get it kind of even drizzle lines down the sides of the glass. So if you look, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to move it to the side. I wouldn't recommend moving it, turning it sideways, because then the epoxy will move sideways. So if you wanted the drizzle look down, just hold it up and down, but just kind of move it. You can use heat to move it around, or you can just let gravity take its course. And that's all I'm doing. Again, on the gold one, I'm doing the same exact thing, just kind of allowing the gold to drizzle. Now this epoxy is very thin, which I like as well. Even the B, is it usually B that's thick, or is it A? One of them are usually thicker. I think it's the hardener, or maybe it's the red. I'm not sure. I can't remember which one is usually thicker, but both of them are pretty thin. So it made it really easy to use both of the epoxies, and it made it easy to pour both of the epoxies in the measuring cups and then in the mixing cups. So I did like that. And it also was really easy to use as I was letting it cascade down the sides. So I just wanted to throw that in there too. Again, I am not being promoted to voice them or promote them, or I should say get paid to promote. I'm not getting paid to promote or anything like that. I just saw it on, I believe, their TikTok page, and it looked good. So I was like, you know what? I want to try that. So I went ahead and purchased it. So I'm just letting you know how I feel about the epoxy. And right there, I did go ahead and drizzle some gold in there and just mix it up. And then I did pour some gold as it was cascading down. It did kind of pool at the bottom. So I would take some of the epoxy from the bottom and pour it onto the cup. So I use the stir to scoop it up and then pour it onto the cup. To try to avoid the cup just sitting in the pool, I did kind of move it around onto the silicone mat so it wasn't just sitting in that one spot. I did kind of slide the cup to side to side. So all I'm doing right now is just continue to drizzle onto the glass, and I'm going to let it cure overnight and then come back to the finished product. Alright, y'all, so the glasses are done, and I don't quite like how they turn out. It is some epoxy that kind of laid on the bottom. I kept trying to scoop it up so it wouldn't put too much at the bottom where I didn't have to scrape, but all I'm going to do is just take my X-Acto knife, and being really careful not to cut myself or anything, I'm just going to go around the rim of the glass like that and get any excess epoxy off. And then you can sand down the rim if you want to, but it's not necessary because once you pop off the excess, it kind of leaves the top of the rim free. It doesn't chip the glass or anything like that. It's basically just taking off the epoxy. So I'm just trying to focus on that right now and clean that off. So it's kind of rough up here, so I'll just use some sandpaper and sand that down. But this is how the cup kind of turned out. It's not too bad, but it's not to my liking. It didn't really turn out the way I thought it would. Maybe if I use darker micas or spray paint the glass or something. And this is how the bottom turned out. The bottom, I don't know what must have fell on there. Maybe some lint or something, but something fell on the bottom. Oh, wait a minute. It looks like I can just pop it off. So maybe I can just sand it down or whatever, and it'll just come off. Yeah, so it looks like it popped off. So that's what the bottom looks like. I would probably just do the bottom. This is the other glass. And then this one is the white, and I put a little gold in there. So I probably would just leave some epoxy at the bottom to make the bottom like a gold or different color. And if I wanted to, instead of having it drip down, just maybe put tape right here so the epoxy would be like level right here with the mica, if you know what I'm saying, like how people do the glitter cups and how I did a glitter cup. I'll show you, it should be linked up here somewhere, but how you tape off for the glitter and use the Mod Podge and all that other stuff. But instead of using the glitter, I'm sorry, instead of using the glitter, it would be the mica. But I'll have to kind of figure out and continue to play with it because the idea is cute, but it really didn't come out the way I envisioned it would. Like it's too many lines right here. This line is fine and this line is fine. So if I spaced out the lines, like if this line wasn't here and this one was, that have been fine, and then this one. So I'll keep playing around with it. You can put a decal if you want to, like right here, and put someone's name on there and maybe jazz up the cup a little bit more, but like it's not terrible, but it's not to my liking. So I'll just kind of play around with this again, and once I get it to what I'm satisfied with, I'll do this project again. But the glasses were $1, and I didn't use that much mica powder nor that much epoxy, and I ended up using the epoxy for another project that I'll be posting up on Friday. So yeah, this is the project, y'all. If y'all are interested in doing something like that, go ahead and show it to me in the group and show me what you come up with as far as the flutes and the epoxy. I know you can do like decals and all that other stuff with it, but I try to do something a little bit different with the Dollar Tree glasses other than what, you know, is the norm out there. So if you come up with something and you come up with a technique, or you even try this technique, go ahead and post it in my Facebook group. It is Facebook, Crafting Made Easy, spelled the same way as this channel. Go ahead and post it there. Any craft ideas, any craft projects you may have, any questions you may have from me, go ahead and post it there. Sometimes I see the comments on YouTube, and then sometimes I'm not notified that there are comments. So if you really have like a dire or an emergent question that needs to be answered like right away, go ahead and post it in that group or email me. My email address is down there in the description box below, and I'll go ahead and answer as quickly as I can. All right, y'all, with that said, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you ended up liking this project, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, and go ahead and hit that share button to share it with any friends or family that is into crafting. All right, y'all, until next time, peace.